Xenoverse 2 is broken. Yeah, once again, back at it again. I swear, this is like a common theme with Xenoverse 2. Every time there's a new DLC or a big update that drops, and it happens, man. It happens. I think we're pretty used to it at this point, but this is obviously unacceptable, and it's really annoying for some players. As far as I'm hearing, it's only on Xbox. I could be wrong about that. I do apologize for taking so long to get to making this video. I just didn't know exactly what was causing this and like how to fix it, right? I contacted Bandai about it, and obviously they'll be like, oh, well, we're working on a fix or whatever, and hopefully you guys can continue doing it yourself. There is an issue with logging in where it tries to access or check your DLC that you have, and then it just gets stuck here on this screen, I guess, and you can't do anything, and it's really weird. I'm not exactly sure 100% what causes this issue, but it's definitely because of the DLC, and I'll go over some of the responses on here from Reddit. Shoutouts to Brand Flake, I guess that's how you pronounce it. There are several people on here. I have 3 different posts that I could find, and there's probably more of them. I've seen it on Twitter. People have tweeted at me. I've seen comments on my videos asking if there's anything that can be done about it, and I think there might be some fixes, but we'll go over it, and then you guys can try them out yourself. Regardless of anything, always contact Bandai. I have Bandai's contact down below. You have to make a Bandai Namco ID, I believe, in order to send a ticket and like post a little ticket on there. You take screenshots and you can send it in, and you know, hopefully they can figure it out. And the more people that actually respond and you know, give feedback on this issue, the better chances of this getting fixed, you know, faster. So there are not only this issue, right? There's also the Broly voice issue, which we'll go over too. Okay, there are things with that. You guys know I've talked about it several times. Broly's voice sounds awful. Okay, it's not the worst thing, but they had this deep voice filter. They like lowered the pitch severely, and it got all messed up and everything. Voice director Damon Mills, he actually responded to the tweet that I tweeted out about it and said that that was just a mistake. And okay, it's hopefully going to be getting fixed, and he'll try to forward all that information. But let's go over the game stuck loading after checking for DLCs, any fixes issue. So, what are the responses? Turn the console to offline mode. Okay, interesting. Boot up the game. Once you see the game properly loads, then turn the console to online mode and pick your character. Try waiting at the press any button prompt for 45 seconds to a minute, or sit through the Time Patrol ad. Works for me. Okay, restart the console. Now, that's always the classic thing, right? Turn your game on and off, restart it, uninstall, you know, whatever. It's just, you know, the basic shit, and I'm sure you guys have tried that. So I think the main fix for this is just playing an offline mode for now. I think that can pretty much guarantee that it's trying to, I think, get into online. And if that's not the issue, it could be because of the DLC that you have. I heard people say stuff like uninstall all of your DLC, which is okay, right? Because you still purchased it, so you can always reinstall it, right? And then reinstall all the DLC separately. Now, that is a little bit tedious and annoying just because there are like 20 fucking DLCs, right? You know, not including like the anime music pack and all this other shit, right? So that could be a fix for it as well. It seems to be. I think what the issue might be is because they're doing this limited time, you know, accessing the DLC for free thing, where it's like, oh, you can play as some of the same characters like Broly or Gogeta or God Vegeta or some shit, right? They have a campaign going on for the 10th anniversary that's supposed to, you know, allow players to do that, right? So that's a weird thing, and I'm assuming that's what's causing this issue. I don't think it was just something that they like just really fucked up on. I mean, they could have, right? It's Xenoverse. But I'm just saying, like, it's just weird because like there's nothing that has been really all that changed. Like, they're just adding DLC like they've done in the past, right? I think it's because this is something new where they're letting people play the DLC for free early. Or not early, sorry. Just, you know, in general for people who don't have it purchased. And that's kind of like colliding and conflicting with already, you know, owned DLC, right? Title screen bug from I Am Not Paul Allen. I've had enough of this bug. The fact that this bug, which prevents you from even loading the game to play it without tremendous effort, such as uninstalling and reinstalling the DLC, wasn't patched in this last week, let alone caught during the bug testing. It's absolutely baffling. The messed up part to me is I was actually looking forward to the new update and DLC, but seeing as this bug persists and probably will persist for some time. I think I'm done. Now, that is very unfortunate. Mr. Not Paul Allen, I'm sorry to hear that has kind of tainted your experience, but hopefully they can, have a fix soon. Hopefully. If it's a bug, I'm thinking of waiting at the press any button screen for 45 seconds to a minute. Seems to work. Okay. So yeah, is that literally the same person? Yeah, it is the same person. Okay. Yeah, I guess that works for them, right? You can try that out as well if, you don't want to have to deal with going back and forth with uninstalling and reinstalling DLC. I don't know, but you're the first person outside of myself that I've seen talk about this. Glad to see I'm not the only one. Hopefully we can get more people talking about this. Again, I want to apologize for not making this video sooner. I just didn't really understand or know what this issue was, and I was just kind of hearing about it every now and again. I was like, I gotta figure out what the fuck is going on. And good thing more and more people are posting about it on Reddit so that we can actually try and get to the bottom of this and maybe get this fixed, right? Again, I think it might be Xbox only, but feedback is good. So comment down below if you have this issue. Please say what console you're on, what your issue is specifically, and even if it's not, if it's not just logging in, if it's other issues, comment down below about it. I think Bandai, somebody at Bandai, I don't know if it's a social media person or not, I think they actually do watch content creators' videos. Probably not super heavily or anything, but I think, they have a system where things get flagged and they can see, oh, shit. This person is talking about something like an issue or whatever, okay? I'm not guaranteeing this. I have no idea if they're actually, watching everyone's content, right? Because people post about Xenoverse sparking, all this shit. People post videos on this shit all the time. So even if it's a social media person or they hired somebody to go around watching videos of people, right? I really don't know, but hopefully, if enough people talk about this, even if it's not through content creation or videos discussing this, more eyes on this situation is a good thing, because it can get forwarded a lot quicker, right? So this one right here, from additional Cicada here. For now, disconnect network before entering the game, then reconnect internet when successfully entering the game. It's a Reddit source from someone's method. Okay, so they said that they tried it and it worked, right? So the fix could be, it seems to also be online related. So if you disconnect from your connection, from your online, before you enter the game, and then you reconnect to the internet after you enter the game. So I'm assuming you have to be in the game, in the lobby. That's what I think you need to be doing, right? Try that. Let me know if that works, right? Here's another one. Why my Xenoverse 2 is not opening. So I'm trying to launch Xenoverse 2 disc on my Series X. Okay, see, they have the Xbox, okay? But I'm just stuck on the title screen. What do I do? Best method to bypass this glitch while playing online that worked for me is the following. Go offline with your console, open the game, and progress past press to start to the DLC check pop up as usual. Tiny chance it will crash, no big deal. What the fuck, dude? Just fucking crashes. What? When main menu options appear, press right face button to go back to press start portion. Go online with your console, progress past press to start, and begin playing as normal. So it sounds like the same thing of the last person, what they said. You have to do this every single time, by the way. There's a chance we won't have to after today ends, since the leading theory is the issue being tied to the free trial for certain DLC fighters, which ends after today. Now, that was 2 days ago. As far as I'm concerned, I am still receiving comments about it. The reason I'm making this video is because I did get one comment on my recent video saying that they still could not log in. So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I think there's still an issue with it. So maybe it's not the free trial for DLC. Again, you guys can let me know right now. Are you still having the issue, right? Because today's the 4th. At the time I'm recording this, it's November 4th. So yeah, I don't know. For mine, I had to uninstall all DLCs that were made free to play during the 10th anniversary. Oh, okay. So it is connected to it, but the issue is still happening even though the trial ended, I guess. Super Pack 1, Ultra Pack 1 and 2, Daima, Hero Pack 2, and Extra Pack 1, 2, and 3. It's the only way I can play it on my Xbox. Okay, so it seems like it's an Xbox bug. It's tied to the free trial characters, so I would assume uninstall all these. I mean, might as well just uninstall all your DLC and then just reinstall it, right? Same bug, I feel that they officially overloaded the game with DLC and this is the game's way of begging for the sweet release of death. No, that's not the case. I mean, yes, there's a lot of DLC. It seems that they just fucked up with the free trial thing, right? Which is kind of ironic. Like, oh, let's help you guys up, help you guys out, and let you play the DLC, you know, for free or whatever, for a limited time, and then it fucked everything up. That seems to be the issue, right? And then even with it being like the trial being over or whatever, it still seems to be something in there that they did not correct. Not exactly sure. Have you tried shouting open sesame? Dude, that was the first fucking thing I did. I have the same problem in the same console. For me, it works to restart the console real quick. Nothing serious. Okay. I have the bug too. If you wait a little bit at the press any button to begin screen, it seems to work. Okay. Yeah, there seems to be a couple of different ways. It's a weird thing. And again, it's unacceptable. It's bullshit. Imagine, okay? For those of you that don't have this issue, imagine the new update drops, the new DLC's out, you're excited to play this shit, and, you know, Xenoverse is already kind of like on thin ice with shit in just terms of like people have like losing interest in the game and just being tired of the constant DLC and not making the third game, which again, I understand. And people are trying to give it a chance to come back and play it, and then you can't even fucking play it, right? It's bullshit. It's it's a crock of shit, a load of shit. It's dog shit, right? Don't do this, right? The game is awesome, and for those of us that have played the update, it's been great. I would assume I don't see many people complaining really about the actual content itself, you know, which we're going to be getting into because I'm also going to review a bit of it here in this video in this last part. But yeah, let me know what you guys are having issues with right now. I want to try to get eyes on this, as many as possible, try to get this fixed. Again, like, I don't work for Bandai or anything, but I think me making a video and then enough people seeing it and then talking about it more and giving feedback. Again, the contact is in the description. I'll try to also put it in the pinned comments as well, that you guys can, you know, try to give this feedback. It always helps that you take a screenshot if you can, if there's like a notification that pops up or something, or it shows that it's like infinitely loading. You can always submit that in your, you know, email response and stuff. So that helps, man. That helps. Hopefully we can get this fixed. And for those of you that have had the issue and somehow it got fixed for you, or you found a fix, comment down below. It could help and save some lives here. It seems that the best fix is to just go offline, start the game, get into the game, and then get your shit back online, and then you can access everything, okay? It's like a combination of getting online, and I think it's the free trial shit with the DLC, you know, and that's what's causing the issue. And if that doesn't work, you can always try also doing the, you know, uninstall the DLC and then reinstall it, right? So maybe that'll work. So let's talk about Future Saga Chapter 3. Again, throughout the video, I do apologize if my voice is kind of sounding weird and I'm like cutting the video a lot. I am just not feeling well. This happens every time a Xenoverse DLC drops. I always get sick because I just don't get enough sleep. So I do apologize about that. Hopefully I'm not gonna like die or whatever. Or just like I'm trying to get better. All right, I'm trying to get better. But let's talk about the DLC. We finally have the official price reveal and everything. Do I think this is worth it for $11.99? It is a $12 DLC. So not the most expensive, but not the cheapest, right? This is $2 extra than like a normal 2-character pack, which this was a 2-character pack. If you want to, you could say Super Saiyan Broly, his transformation. I don't think you can consider that as like a 3rd character, but his moveset and things do change a bit. So there is extra effort being put there. So like they didn't just like slap on a price and just call it a day. No, they kind of had to like think about this and make sure that this was a reasonable price. And I personally think it is a reasonable price, and I do think it is worth it. I think this is one of the better DLCs that is released in the past, you know, almost 10 years that this game has been out. And the reason I say that is because the story content is fucking massive. If you look through and you watch both videos that I have when it comes to the entire story mode content, you're getting 2 to 4 hours worth of new story related content. And that's not an over exaggeration, or like, I'm not bullshitting you. Like, if you play everything and you read everything and you you know, watch all the cutscenes and you do everything and you don't just skip. If you skip over, obviously you're going to be missing out and you're doing yourself a disservice by skipping everything. If you did and you don't care, that's fine, do you, but like don't complain and say this wasn't worth it, because there's effort being put into the cutscenes and all this stuff and like the dialogue, and there's voice acting for a lot of it too. So it's like you need to play all that to get the full experience. And guess what? I did. I uploaded not only for the story mode, which was like a little over an hour long, for the main extra mission that has like the cinematic cutscenes and are part of the actual story with, you know, Frieza, Golden Frieza becoming the new Supreme Kai of Time, and Fu doing his shit and everything, and, you know, Broly being there. All that's like a 1 hour long. Okay, you play everything, you do all the battles, you know, have all the cutscenes play, you listen to all the dialogue, right? That's all just like a little over an hour, which is generally how it is when it comes to most of the DLC, right? Now, when it comes to the post-game story, that shit is like 2 to 3 hours long. I'm not even joking. I have a whole 3-hour video, and again, I say 2 to 3 hours because some things, like, if you fuck up on something, you have to go back into it, and like there's a little bit of extra things in there that was kind of unnecessary, but it has some extra dialogue. Anytime you fuck up on something and you say the wrong response, they give you a different set of dialogue, right? So I would say it's about like two hours, right? But 3 hours up to the amount of times that you get the extra dialogue, you fuck up on something. Maybe it takes a little bit longer for you to do a certain quest or a battle, etc., right? So that's long, dude. That's some of the most story that I think we've gotten since probably, I want to say Extra Pack 2, which is crazy because that was the Infinite History. And the Infinite History had like all these different paths and things that you could take. So this was a very similar aspect with the Broly and Cheelai Conton thing. And then there are actual extra like cinematic cutscenes that play at the very end depending on your responses with Cheelai and Broly as well. So for $12, like that's a lot of content. The only main criticism I have for this is free update related content. And that's free update. That's not the actual DLC itself, right? But the free update stuff does contribute to, you know, more exciting hype around it and more incentive to play. And that's just been lacking usually for all the Future Saga chapters ever since they revealed this, and they've shown all the, even one of the better DLCs, Chapter 1, which is a $20 pack, which makes sense because you're getting like 5-6 fucking characters, right? Because Broly transforms, and then you're getting the 3 different story quests. You have the Broly story, you have the Goku Black story, and then you have the God Vegeta story, right? Like that's a lot of crazy stuff that they integrate into one DLC. The actual outfits that you get from this one are not really all that exciting. You get like the Broly wig, you get a Golden Frieza outfit, and then I think a Cheelai outfit. And that's kind of it, which, I mean, they're nice and everything, but I don't know. It would have been cool if we got Broly's like black shirt. That would have been kind of cool. You know, something more exciting than that. I feel like Daima pack was a little bit more exciting when it came to like the outfits and stuff. But they each of these characters have 3 skills that you can unlock. So that's kind of like general stuff. So 6 skills. There were only 3 parallel quests. Usually I think there are 4, if I'm not mistaken. But the parallel quests are a little bit, has some more extra effort. There's some like little extra cutscenes in there. Or like little animations. The dialogue is good. I did like the parallel quests a lot. I think they did pretty good on that. I mean, yeah, it's just, everything is kind of like the minimum that they would have, but the story went beyond anything that I was expecting. I did not expect that story mode to get that fucking like excessive. It was a lot, and it was very fun. I liked it a lot. So yeah, if you don't care about story and you only care about the characters and what they can do for your CAC, then yeah, this is probably not a DLC that would be worth it to you, right? But for someone like me who is like, I'm mainly playing these for the story. Like, the story is the most exciting part about it. I like the characters, and I'm very excited to play as the characters, don't get me wrong. But the story is like, that's where I'm getting that. For me, as somebody who likes single-player content, for me, that's huge W. That's why I personally think this is one of the better DLCs that have dropped. And it's peak cinema, honestly. Like, such a unique thing. Have Golden Frieza come in, Ultra Supervillain power, And the bitch wishes to become the Supreme Kai Time after corrupting and making an ultra supervillain Shenron? Like, what are we fucking talking about, dog? Like, what is that? That's crazy. And even on Steam, which is a lot more critical when it comes to reviews, they're pretty positive. 87% of the 24 user reviews, which that's hilarious. There are only 24 people that review this, which makes sense. The DLC only been out for like a week. So yeah, I think it's pretty good, man. I think it's a pretty good DLC. I would say this is way better than Chapter 2. Chapter 2, I don't know, it just didn't have the same excitement to me. I don't know what it is about it other than Jiren being kind of ass. I think Belmont as a character is cool, but he's not a DLC character that's gonna sell, right? You gotta have like somebody who's like popular, like Broly and Frieza. These are two characters that are very popular. That's why people, and I'm seeing it from views, I'm seeing it from engagement, discussion, activity for this game. More people were talking about this DLC and more excited than when Chapter 2 came out, right? Chapter 1 was also a good one. Xenoverse 2 generally has good reception, but Chapter 2 was dead, bro. People were just not interested in it. But it is what it is. So yeah, y'all let me know what you think about it. Comment down below if you thought it was worth it or not. Again, I'm not glazing it and I'm not hating it. I'm giving a fair criticism. I think for $12, you are getting your money's worth. If you don't care about the story, then you're obviously not going to get your money's worth because you're only getting 2 characters. So that's where it's lacking. Characters, skills, and all that stuff. But it makes up for it if you play the story. You know what I mean? Like, the Conton City Patrol with Broly and Cheelai is some of the most fun. Like, go watch the video. Go watch the video. It's 3 hours. I know it's long, but you'll hear how much I'm having fun with it. I haven't had fun with Xenoverse 2 like that in a long time, y'all. Very long time. Have a great day. Peace.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.